All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Aired Out Podcast. I'm JD Green. Nice to have you with us. I got some incredible weather today, breaking records with temperatures. I know everyone's like, we can't even say 70s, so we're saying everyone's using the language near 80. We can't say 77 or 78. We have to say near 80 today. This is crazy weather. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing all right. I'm going to jump right into our a subject this morning of the water main break yesterday in Barre City because our city manager, Nicholas Storelli Castro, is sitting right next to us. So you're tight on time. We want to get you on and get you on your way. I think we should probably just say, first and foremost, the fact that nobody got hurt yesterday. I mean, that's the bottom line here. This is an inconvenience. This is a pain in the ass. And we've got many, many people that have been working very hard. A lot of people inconvenienced by that water main break on Lower Prospect. But the bottom line is everyone's okay. We'll be fine.
Everyone's okay. We'll be fine. We had, our crews were working very late last night. Water finally came back around 2 a.m. And this was a smaller scale, but the night before that, they were working on Smith Street till about 7 p.m. So they're a couple of back-to-backs for some of the same guys. So very grateful to them. They do very hard work and under very difficult conditions. So we're very lucky to have those DPW crews. They work hard.
All right, so the water came back at around 2 a.m.,
yes.
but it's not safe to drink right now.
It's not safe to drink for the people sort of on the west side of the city, right? So if it's not a citywide, system-wide boil water notice.
It's isolated.
It's isolated. It's basically, if you're on the west bank of the Stevens branch at this point, is where you're impacted. So those neighborhoods on that side of the city, on that side of the bank. We have a map on the city website. I know, and I've heard the feedback. The map it's hard to read the street numbers. The fact is that it's such a wide area that it's hard to do one map where you can see all the streets. So we basically hope people can identify landmarks on that map and see, hey, here's the downtown. This is where I live. Am I in the impact area or not? But there's a map there that basically shows you where the impacted area is right now, and it's basically if you're on the west side of the Stevens branches.
Are you going to know because your water is kind of discolored?
You'll probably see more of the discoloration on that side, but it's not universal. So you may see some discoloration in a non-impacted area, and that's just because this was just a big disruption to the system. So similar to when we had the floods, right, that there was discoloration that persisted for a couple of weeks.
Right.
The system has a shock, a jolt, and so some people may see some discoloration that are not in the boil water notice. You're more likely to see it if you're in the boil water notice. But check out the map on the city's website. Like I said, I know you won't be able to read your street on it, but if you pick out the landmarks of, hey, here's downtown, here's where I live, am I on the right side or the wrong side of the arrows? And that'll tell you.
All right.
You can call the manager's office. We'll guide you if you need if you have any doubts.
All right. But if you have any discoloration in your water, probably a safe bet to just common sense, just boil it for the time.
You can boil it. You can flush it. So if you're in a whether you're in the area, a boil water area or not, if you see some discoloration, just run your tap for a couple minutes, and usually it clears up. And that generally will do it.
So the main break is fixed. There's a little bit of buttoning up that still needs to be tightened up in some areas. Thus the discoloration and thus the boil water notice. But for the most part, the break is fixed.
The break is fixed, so people should have water to flush their toilets. They should, if they're collecting water to cook and that they're going to boil, they should be seeing that in their faucets now. So that the impact now is for those people on that side of the city who can't drink what's coming out of the tap, but they should have water for other purposes. Another common one I get, JD, is it safe for my dog to drink?
Yeah.
My dog drinks out of the creek, so I let my dog drink tap water when there's boil water notice. Some people don't, but my dog's drinking out of the river.
Sure.
So
right.
I generally think it's okay, but it's your personal
Of course.
decision.
Yes. Yeah. Well said. Bottled water up at the auditorium, though, available.
Yes. So we got some bottled water yesterday. It's available at the auditorium till 4:30 p.m. today. So if we don't have the staff to be there, checking who's coming in and taking it, but we just ask, only take this if you need it. Sure. Only take this if you're impacted, and take only what you need.
All right. Drinking, being able to be in the clear for drinking water. This could come possibly sometime tomorrow?
Yeah, so what needs to happen now is they're finishing up some pipe work to close all parts of the system. The main, as you mentioned, the main break is fixed. They're just buttoning up some loose ends. Once that is all done, they'll be able to sample. We have to take samples, get them tested, and usually the turnaround time on a test is 24 hours. So if things work out well, if we're able to finish up those last loose ends, if the staff that does the sampling is on call, they're ready to go the minute we're ready to do sampling, and we can get those samples up to the lab. Hopefully that starts a 24-hour clock, and as soon as we get the clearance, it'll be blasted everywhere, website, Facebook, VT Alert.
All right. So those are barrecity.org.
Yep.
Facebook, the Barre City page, and VT Alert as well. Watch these things carefully for the official green light in the clear.
Yep.
But again, I heard you say the word if, and I heard you say the word, hopefully. I mean, these we're not holding you to we're not holding anyone to anything here.
It's dependent on what happens on the site, right?
Sure.
So you never know what snags you're going to run into. We're expecting that we'll be able to sample today.
Okay.
And if we can't, we can't.
Yeah.
And
right.
And so the lab usually does it in 24 hours. Depends on what's going on in the rest of the state or what work they have. So it's some of it is not entirely within our control. What we can control is how quickly we get the samples as soon as we can sample.
Sure.
How quickly we get the samples to the lab. Then we're at the mercy of people who have other parts and roles in this process.
So we know that we had a water main break. What else do we know? I mean, this is Lower Prospect, and my God, it was just like it was a huge sinkhole, kind of.
It was. It completely undermined the road. It's another scary reminder of the power of water. I mean,
not that we need to be.
Not that we need to be reminded. We've learned it. We've learned it from memory at this point, but completely undermined the road, washed away the dirt beneath the base of the asphalt. And was unsafe, and so we had to make the decision to tear it up because it was just not going to be safe for traveling. It wasn't going to be. We were going to have to rebuild it.
Yeah, sure.
You never want to see a water main break, but boy, if it would have been nice if it was on the other part of Prospect, which needs the paving.
Why do you say that?
This was unfortunately the part of Prospect that has recently been paved. So.
Yes.
Again, never hope for one, but man, when I heard Prospect, I was like, oh,
yeah,
which part of Prospect? But it was not the one.
It's the good part of Prospect.
It was the good part, unfortunately. So that'll get repaved. Public Works, Brian Baker's working now to try to find a contractor to do that, and the street's still closed, I should mention. So they're still doing some prep on it. We're hoping it'll be open later today. It'll be rough. So people should be prepared for that. It's going to be dirt. It's going to be a dirt road. Yeah. And we're working to find a contractor to pave it as soon as we can.
All right. Slow the hell down. Be careful. Yeah. Is a $1 million question here. You don't have to answer, and you can throw something at me if you want to. Is Brian at all in talks with contractors about maybe the other end of Prospect? Because I know that you've seen the comments on Facebook about Upper Prospect.
It's high on our list. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
It's something that we're not blind to it. We have to drive it too.
You're aware of it.
We're aware of it. I would say that hopefully we'll have good news for people on that in the coming paving cycle. But it's something that we see the comments. Not only do we see the comments, we drive it. We experience it, right?
Sure.
So we know that it's in rough shape. We could have gotten some paving of it done now if it had blown up there, but we are very interested in getting that resolved.
Tom's aware of it too.
Yes,
I'm assuming so strongly.
I think just about everyone who spends any time here is.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Yeah.
very much for coming in.
Sure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, JD.
Yeah, Nicholas Storelli Castro, our city manager this morning, again, with the information. And we encourage you, again, watch VT Alert, watch barrycity.org, keep an eye on the Facebook page, and if we get any information, we're going to be passing it along as fast as we can as well, because we know that once info comes in, it comes in, and we encourage you to be diligent and watch social media as carefully as you can. I want to say this morning on this Thursday. First of all, it's going to be a brief one this morning. We're going to be doing some computer work here today, some remote stuff, and some house cleaning here on the computer. So it's going to be a brief one this morning. There's a ton of stuff that needs to be done. I want to say this. Please, no matter where you are tonight, please slow down and be careful. Trick-or-treaters are out. They're everywhere. And it was, what was it, a year ago or two that we had a little one who was struck by a car on Halloween right here in Barre. And I believe the result of that wasn't anything overly tragic, although it's alarming to see, and it was for me just yesterday, to see the speed that cars are zipping around this city. Please slow down. Please be careful. There's going to be trick-or-treating today from 4 to 5. Right here, the barricades are on standby. They're getting ready to go up to close parts of the city for trick-or-treating, but up and down North Main Street between 4 and 5 will be trick-or-treating today. And the Barre Partnership, of course, putting this on an annual tradition that has become huge. Going to see if we can connect in with Chris Massey this morning, because it is, unless I'm mistaken, tonight's the night that up on Upper Prospect, again, unless I'm wrong, that's where his haunted garage is going to be active for trick-or-treaters. So we're going to see if we can connect with him this morning. But, yeah, Chris Massey, who's been doing this for a long time. And you talk about traditions in the city. That's been one for Halloween for many, many years. I don't know how many years, but a long time. I know that. So we're going to see if we can connect in with him this morning. Police in Winooski say the man who allegedly robbed two, not one, but two banks is the suspect in Tuesday's robbery of the TD Bank on East Allen Street. I spoke a little bit about this yesterday, but this is really this story is starting to get some traction here, and I'm starting to see it come up more in my feed. James Plunkett. He's a 39-year-old guy from Burlington. He is accused of presenting a note to the teller and leaving with an undisclosed amount of cash. So says Winooski police. Burlington police have been searching for Plunkett since he allegedly robbed the M&T Bank on Pine Street on Saturday after telling staff that he had a bomb. They've also connected this guy, James Plunkett, to Monday's robbery of Key Bank on Bank Street in Burlington. On Tuesday, a man who claimed to have a possible explosive device robbed a South Burlington credit union entered the East Rise Credit Union on Shelburne Road around 4:45 p.m., demanded the money, saying that he was armed with a explosive device. Bank workers gave him the money before he fled, which, I don't know, I know. I'm sure many of you have opinions about, I don't know, whether or not money should be handed over to, I guess it has to be. I guess that's the rule. He was caught on a new North End residence security camera after attempting to break into the home. That screens had been removed from a window. Nothing was stolen. And they had just put these screens or just secured these windows for the winter, I guess. So, unreal. All over Facebook this morning, all over everywhere, is the moment that the Dodgers won their 8th World Series title. And I tried to stay up for I think I got into where did I get? Bottom of the 8th, I think. I can't remember. What a story. 7-6. I mean, they got it by the skin of their chinny chin. Dodgers fans are on top of the world this morning, and Yankees fans, and I won't point out any names. Glenn Brummert are crying in their beer. I also have a friend who is like, New York, goddamn Yankees. Glad they lost. I mean, there's some people that just, they just want the Yankees to lose just because they're called the Yankees. That's it. But anyway, what a game. I watched a little bit of it with Lily, and she, Anyway. Safety first on the bank robbery, says Francine. We also have this story out of 22 and 44 ABC about why millions of Americans in Puerto Rico, and it's not just Puerto Rico, it's a few other territories, can't vote for the president, which baffles me. The suspect behind the ballot box fires in Oregon. Police are now saying that he may strike again. They never caught this guy. How this is possible that someone that does something like this can't be nabbed with all of the technology and the security cameras that we have. It's unbelievable. The state of Vermont going to be opening Waterbury Emergency Family Shelter tomorrow. Waterbury Select Board had an emergency meeting last night to hear presumably what the public has to say about this. So that's in the news this morning. We've got that story. Of course, we have the story of the giant sinkhole and water main break in Barre. WCAX has that. Times Argus has that. Some great photographs. And I want to say this. A lot of you were beating me up pretty hard yesterday for the photographs of the water main break that I shared on Aired Out, making fun of me, saying that it looked like Waterbury it looked like a Walmart security camera quality photo. That it looked, there was one comment that says something like, where did you take this picture, JD, from outer space? It was a blurry, grainy, shitty picture that I posted yesterday of Lower Prospect soon after the water main break. I know that. I posted them anyways. And I want to apologize to all of my followers and friends who expected a higher definition, higher quality, less pixelated photo yesterday. I went back. I did it quickly, but I went back and I had a look. And I said to myself, almost out loud, JD, these people are right. That's a shitty picture that you posted up there. It hardly shows anything. And quite frankly, the slam that I got about outer space, I think that if that photo was taken from outer space, it might have been better. We need a Jeb to get over there with his camera and get a quality picture, which he did eventually. But yeah, it was a horrible picture. I'm so sorry. All right, I'll move right along. Spooky tours hosted at the haunted Wilson Castle. Posted this up last week. This is a great story, man. I tell you, there's plenty that are like, don't have kids, not into the trick-or-treating, don't care about the Halloween parties, just want to go out and feel the spirit of the holiday. Go to the Wilson Castle. Go find a hotel or an inn in Vermont that's haunted. Stay overnight this weekend. Do some paranormal stuff if you want to. Dave Horner is backing me up this morning and supporting me, saying, I think the point is to get the word out ASAP, and you did that. Nice job. Hey, thanks, Dave. But you can't deny, Dave, it was a shitty picture. Yes. The Halloween road closures today, between 3:30 and 6, State Street in Montpelier are going to be closed from Main Street to Elm Street because of the trick-or-treating that's going on in Montpelier. We have road closures here in the Granite City as well, so exercise some patience. If you're trying to get from A to B, barricades are going to be up, trick-or-treaters are going to be out. And if you're running behind, and you're running late, and you're rushed, and you're delayed because of trick-or-treaters, know this. That's on you. Plan ahead, okay? Know about this stuff. Get on barrycity.org. Get on the Facebook page. Get privy to this stuff, okay? And remember this, that those kids that are out trick-or-treating, they don't care that you're running late and that you're inconvenienced by the barricades. What they care about is the full-size Twix, the full-size Snickers, and the double Reese's Peanut Butter Cup packages. That's what they care about. That's what's on their mind. By the way, Lily did a little bit of trick-or-treating last night, and I may or may not have temporarily borrowed the full-size Reese's Peanut Butter Cup out of her little pumpkin. I have to live with myself. I have to look at myself in the mirror and remind myself hourly, you need to return that. I will. I had an emergency. It was an emergency situation. It was 11 o'clock at night. I've got a fresh gallon of milk in the fridge, and there's a Reese's peanut butter cup right in front of me. How could I possibly look away? The Granite City 5K run and walk for veterans, 10th year, is this weekend. It's Saturday. For some reason, I kind of feel like today is Friday. It is Thursday. I have to keep reminding myself. So if I say tomorrow, please pardon me. It's Saturday. It's going to be massive. 9 a.m. You still have time to register online. The link is up. Thanks to the Barre Elks Lodge 1535 for doing this, and of course the American Legion Post 10, Sons of the American Legion, Steve England, who was on the air not long ago talking about this. Everything is in the world that you need to know. When I say, for those of you that are listening outside of Central Vermont, when I say the world, I'm talking about the World newspaper right here, or as some of us still refer to it as, the Washington World, Central Vermont's favorite weekly newspaper. It is jammed with stuff that's going on this weekend. Amy, what's going on at Thunder Road? Is there trick-or-treat? Did I miss that? Is there trick-or-treating going on up there? I don't know. She's going to tell me right now. She'll post a comment. The tree lighting ceremony at Bailey Road is going to be massive. It's in the World. You can read all about it. Yes. Let's see. What else did I want? Oh, we got the Berlin police press release about the bust of a few people. Two of them are from Berlin, and one of them, who is the quote, and I love this, youthful offender, who's age 18, is from Springfield, Mass. I'm sure there's a good number of you out there, like Glenn, who say, youthful offender. Last I checked, when you became 18, you became an adult. And that's a gear shift right there. At least I thought it was. But now, if you're 18, you're still a youth. And if you are busted, and from Springfield, Mass., and if you're busted in our community with possession of cocaine, trafficking of fentanyl, and dispensing and selling inside of a residential dwelling, if you're 18, we don't release your name. We protect your name. But if you're 19 or over, then we'll publish your name in the press release. Wow. I want to give one more shout out this morning to Tanya Lewis and Rob for what they did over in Williamstown with this huge pumpkin show. And she posted up the winning jack-o'-lantern, which if my memory is serving me, it was carved by Brittany, and I'll show it to you right here. That was, when I saw this, I was like, you got to be kidding me. That is literally a scary jack-o'-lantern. And especially those of you, there was this one lady that was there, and she's walking down look at this one. Walking down the little path there. Oh, look at this one. Look at that one. And then she took a glance over and saw this, and she's like, oh yeah. Oh, hell no. Hell no. And just looked away and was like one foot in front of the other. She was out of there. I'm like, It's a jack-o'-lantern. It's not going to get up and chase you. Oh, I can't do clowns. Don't like clowns. Blah, blah, blah. What is that clown phobia called anyway? There's people that just cannot deal with clowns. Oh, this is yeah. I gotta share this. This was the video yesterday. Let's see if I can make this. Here we go. Of the water main break. If you haven't seen it, that is really a lot of water right there. That's not not good. And I saw a question about, doesn't the city have any leftover sandbags instead of gravel? But that was a bad water main break. There's no question about it. And God bless all the parents yesterday over at Barre City who unexpectedly had to, at the last minute, figure out what they were going to do with their kids during the day. The 6th annual Vermont Athena Leadership Awards Gala is coming up. It is it's Saturday. And the cutoff for this was yesterday. There's a ton of sponsors that have made this possible. The Central Vermont Chamber of Commerce has been doing this for a long time. And, well, a long time. This is year number 6. And not every state gets to do this. As a matter of fact, very few states have the honor of hosting this prestigious event. The dinner, the awards ceremony, some amazing guest speakers, and it's going to be at the Milano Ballroom on Saturday over in Northfield, and it's going to be tremendous. If you did register, if you're ready to go for this, you're going to have a great Saturday night, no question about it. Quick shout out to the Faith Community Church for their fall festival that's coming up tomorrow. Did I say tomorrow or did I say Saturday? I said tomorrow, Friday. Yes, it's Friday from 5:30 to 7:30. Inflatables and games and free food, costume contests, of course, tons of candy. Faith Community Church does such a great job. They've been doing this for a long, long time. So we thank them. Bring the kids and get over there tomorrow night, 5:30, and bring the kids to the Granite City this afternoon between 4 and 5 for the trick-or-treating. And thanks to all of the awesome businesses up and down North Main Street that have gone out and stocked up on candy, and they are ready to do this for the kids. I think that is, it's a lot of work. Really is a lot of work. Did not get to Wing-a-Ding last night. Was out doing a little bit of pre-trick-or-treat. I'm not sure. When I was a kid, trick-or-treating was on the 31st, not the 30th. But there's certain communities that are just like, to hell with that. We're going to trick-or-treat whenever we want to. And let the kids, instead of making it one night, make it 3 or 4. And I think that's fantastic. I really do. I mean, I used to remember post trick-or-treating remorse, almost a depression for me when the costume had to come off and I took the pillowcase and dumped out 45 pounds of candy all over the living room floor and then fought with my brother about who's the full-size Snicker bar belonged to who, and then I would go into like a post-sugar depression. That's not the case anymore. Kids get to, like, they're doing trunk or treat, they're doing this, they're doing that. There's car dealerships that are doing it now. There's trick-or-treating just like the week leading up to. And I just think it's great. I think it's great. Francine is apparently old, just like I am. Because there's a good number of you that are like, what are you talking about? Pillowcase with the trick-or-treating. As if our generation, you could say, well, we didn't have bags back then. Bags didn't, the bag makers didn't exist. There were no bags on the planet. They were desperate times back in the mid to early 70s. We had to use our damn pillowcase to survive. Anyway, really, really, really nice conversation with the Vermont Coyotes yesterday. All I'm going to say is we've got some really big digs that are about to happen here in the city of Barre in about a year with the Vermont Coyotes. Really big things that are going to be going on, and really big things, frankly, that are going to be happening here at Aired Out with regard to that. On the phone with them for like an hour yesterday, and I'm not going to we're not quite ready to let the cat out of the bag, but if you're a basketball fan, prepare yourself for the Vermont Coyotes that are going to be invading the Granite City in a year, and it is up at the auditorium. They're home. It's going to be huge. I can't wait to have the coach on with me. I can't wait to have the general manager on with me and other staff members, players. It's going to be a lot of fun. I will release the information of what we are cooking with the Vermont Coyotes when I can. And I just kind of telling you right now, I am so excited. I am just so excited. I haven't been this excited about something that is coming up in our city for a very, very long time. It's going to be just huge. Glenn is, this is coming back and hitting my soul here. The memories, and I completely forgot all about this. I know I'm rambling this morning. Glenn is saying, I'm so old, we used to trick or treat for UNICEF. So did I. And I had forgotten about it. Please, Glenn, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't we have, and I could be wrong, but didn't we have like a little cardboard box or something that had UNICEF on the front of it with a slit on the top of it to collect coins? Or am I hallucinating? And we used to go around with that for trick-or-treating. Morning, everyone. Pillowcase was the best candy holder, says Joe Edson. Another old guy. Old fella right there. Is this part of the demographic that I'm associated with now? Anyway, listen, everyone. I want you to please have a smile this morning. Do something nice for somebody. Get over to one of our presenting sponsors or supporting sponsors and visit them. Thank them for being connected to Aired Out. And I just want to say again, please be careful if you're out driving with all the trick-or-treaters that are going to be out and about, not just in the Granite City, but also in Montpelier. And remember, not all of them can see very well. Not all of them are walking around with the glow sticks and the flashlights and the headlamps and the reflective stuff on their costumes. Most of them can't see well. They're having fun. They're with their friends. They're goofing around. They're excited. They're all sugared up. And they're not looking both ways when they want to get across that street to see their other friends or to get over to the other house. Know that and drive cautiously. Be aware of that all the time. Okay? And if anyone gets a full-size Twix or Snickers bar and you want to donate that lovingly with all of your heart to me, I would gladly accept it. Happy Halloween, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. And thanks to our city manager, Nicholas Storelli-Castro, for opening up this morning with the details on the water main break. We're going to be posting that up. Watch VT Alert, barrycity.org, and the city Facebook page carefully for updates, all right? Be well. God bless. Catch you soon. Be safe. Okay.